Hey, Shalom Akim. Hey, I like to say Barak the Yahweh. Barak the Yahweh Shah, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. Real quick, man, I got it on 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. I'm not going to be able to grab more scriptures. I'm working right now in a work truck, so I'm driving. Last thing I want to risk is getting into a car accident. If the Spirit get on me, to grab some scriptures, more scriptures than this one, I will, to better exemplify the quotation of the scriptures. But right now, this is 2 Timothy 2 and 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. The scripture also tell you in Proverbs 15, I believe that's 26 or 28. It says, study to...
At the stop sign, turn right onto West Rose Garden Lane.
It says, study to give an answer. But my point of this video is, when you study in the scriptures, right?
In a quarter
meaning...
mile, turn left onto
you're learning more scriptures, and when you're watching the apostles or other brothers do videos, and when I say the apostles, I'm talking about, the apostles in GMS on down, and other brothers in GMS as well. When you getting correct breakdowns, and you looking up words in the Hebrew and the Greek, and you learning breakdowns even better, you following the scriptures even better. Apply the scriptures to your life, man. Everything you do
at the light,
in this wicked kingdom, apply the scriptures to your life, man. It's not really that hard to do, if you apply the scriptures in your life, you will see a major difference in everything you do.
In half a mile,
so
turn right onto West Barretsley Road.
It's better for you to, I remember this brother used to say, he said, it's not only about knowing 1,000 scriptures, but it's about the understanding of the scriptures, which is beautiful, because like I'm saying right now, through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, hey, it's learn 1,000,000 scriptures. There's all type of scriptures in the Bible, precepts in the Bible for you to learn, and remember them, and try with the best of your ability to remember the breakdowns, because as long as you're remembering scriptures, everything you do from the first time you get into this truth, it's going to show you how you have been applying your life, and how you been applying your life in a wrong way, and then it's going to show you how you apply your life in the right way, man. That's why the scripture says, he that walketh uprightly shall be saved. It says what? If you go to the book of Proverbs, what is that? The 15th, no, that's not, I think it's the 15th chapter or the 16th chapter, but it tells you walk uprightly. It says, he that walketh uprightly shall be found prudent. Now, when you go into that word prudent can go into being wise, which means to have common sense, or that word prudent can also go into understanding, which is all the same thing. So you'll have an understanding on how to deal with certain situations, or all situations you get into in this truth. There's no question about it, man. The Most High put the Spirit on me to learn a lot of scriptures with the best of my ability. And like Paul said, for I have been given all knowledge and all understanding of prophecy, but if I have no charity, which charity, according to the scriptures, is love, which is keeping of the commandments, he said, but if I have no charity, man, I want to grab that scripture real quick. Salakia Akim, let me grab that scripture real quick, because I want to cut it up like I am right now. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 2. It says, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understanding all mysteries and all knowledge, Salakia, and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing, man. So yeah, you could know a million scriptures, 1,000 scriptures to 1,000,000 scriptures, but if you're not applying those scriptures to your own life, then you don't know nothing, man. You don't know nothing, man. That's a beautiful scripture, man. It was a beautiful thing. Yahweh Shemi Shah allowed me to remember such a scripture as 1 Corinthians the 13th chapter, the 2nd verse, man. Because again, you have to apply these scriptures to your life, man. There's one more I actually want to grab. I believe it's in 1 Corinthians 9 and 14. Let me see if that's it. Right. It says, even so have the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. So if it's talking about living of the gospel, it's talking about the whole book, man. Christians tell you that the law, statutes, commandments are done away with, but there's law, statutes, commandments from the book of Genesis all the way to Revelations. So like the scripture says, it says, even so have the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. Right? So it's not only about learning 1,000,000 scriptures, but you also have to apply those thousands or millions of scriptures into your life, man. That's highly important. Like I said, all kinds of brothers in the truth been blessed to learn thousands of scriptures, but you're not applying those thousands of scriptures to your life, man. Come on now. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Right? So hey, just do what the Bible tells you, man, and do it with the best of your ability. You're not gonna be perfect. You're not gonna be perfect, man. We're in the land of our captivity, man. We're in the land of our enemy. Our food is defiled. Our women are defiled. Everything we do in this place is defiled. So do it with the best of your ability. Judges 5 and 11. What does scripture say? It says, rehearse the righteous acts. What is the righteous acts? What is that? Psalms 119, one of my favorite scriptures. Psalms 119 and 172. The law, statutes, and commandments are righteous, man. So if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments with the best of your ability, and you ain't got to worry about nothing, man. And that's why the scripture says, study to show thyself approved. It says, blessed is he that readeth. Open the book and read. The Lord said what? It says, live not on bread alone, but by every, that doesn't limit the Old Testament. That doesn't, extinguish the Old Testament. It says every word of Yahweh Shemi Shah, man. I just wanted, and Spirit just had me throw that in there, man. Because these Christians, man, they clowns, man. Christians are clowns, man. They don't know the Most High, man. They don't know the Most High. The scriptures tell you that in, what is that, 1 John, the 2nd chapter, and also 1 John, the 3rd chapter, the 4th verse. These Christians don't know the Lord, man. But yeah, man, just apply the scriptures to your life, man. Everything you do, just go back to the scriptures. If you're about to do something, go back to the scriptures. What did the Lord say? Oh, well, if I do this, what did the Lord say? What did the scriptures say? Just apply the scriptures, man. That's all you got to do. The scriptures teach you how to be wise, man. Every brother in this truth is still being taught. It's still learning. We're all still learning. There's always something new in the scriptures, man. Always. You come across scriptures you haven't came across. You ain't been in the truth 15 years and you barely coming across the scripture the Most High want to reveal to you, man. You never know, man. Just apply the scriptures to your life. That's it. Use wisdom and circumstances. Use the scriptures in any type of circumstance you get into. You know, one of my favorite scriptures I like going into in wisdom is Psalms chapter 2, verse 10. It says, ye kings of the earth, be ye wise, man. Be ye wise, right? Have understanding. That's what being wise means, to have understanding, have common sense. You know? And you're not gonna right? You're not gonna walk up to a cop and punch him in the face. That's showing you're not wise. You know? You're not gonna walk up to somebody and just take their heads off. You know, that's not something you want to do, man. You know what you want to do is use wisdom. You know, you're not gonna put a homosexual to death because the scriptures tell you in Leviticus 20 and what is that, 13? You got to use wisdom. You know you're in a kingdom. You know you're in a kingdom, kingdom of your captivity, which is America. So you're gonna use wisdom, man. You know, hey, man, the brothers we was talking about yesterday. You know, Jake calling upon the Lord. Yahabashimi Osha, Yahabashimi Osha. You know, a few years back, getting pulled out the car. Well, that happened because you wasn't using wisdom, nigga. You wasn't applying the scriptures to your life. The scriptures tell you in Matthew the 6th chapter. What is that? Matthew the 6th chapter. That's Matthew the 5th chapter. I think the 24th verse. The scripture says, "Agree with thy adversary quickly." I think that's Matthew 5 and 24. I believe it says, "Agree with thy adversary quickly, man." Right, quickly. You know, so you know these Edomite cops are your enemies. They're your adversaries. You know, they've been given the power to do what they're doing. So use wisdom, man. Like I say again, in any type of situation you get into, use wisdom, man. Use common sense. You know, I know I'm talking a lot. You know, the scriptures tell you in Sirach, 32 and 8, let your speech be short. But it says, speak ye the words of the Most High. And I'm trying to pull out as many scriptures that the Lord put upon my mind right now. So I'm not just sitting here speaking my own words. I was even thinking that this earlier. Brothers need to, do less, yammering and more scriptures, man. The scripture says, speak ye the words of the Most High. And that's definitely what we should be doing, pulling out more scriptures. Like, again, it ain't wrong knowing 1,000, 1,000,000 scriptures. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Just apply the scriptures to your life, man. All those scriptures, apply them to yourself as well. Hey, the scriptures break down themselves, a lot of times. But when we speak, we elaborate on scriptures because the Most High put the Spirit in us to use the scriptures to show proof of what we speak about that's in the world, man. Whether if it's war, or whether if it's this virus, or the many viruses and plagues and pestilence, we apply the scriptures to day-to-day life, man. And that's why, brothers, we elaborate on certain things. But, we can always, also use the scriptures to elaborate on those specific topics as well. There's many scriptures that explain to them, elaborate themselves. That's why I say these scriptures are beautiful, man. Me personally, man, I'm glad that the Most High put the Spirit on me to study and learn, and try to keep all a lot of scriptures in my mind, man. Because I even go back to the basics of scriptures, on how to be. Matthew's the 18th chapter tells you to be like a child, to be humble. What is that? Hebrews tell you to learn all over again, man. Keeping basic scriptures like that in your mind allows you to learn many scriptures and be humble at the same time. I think that's 1 Corinthians the 8th chapter, and it says more knowledge puffs up, man. So the more the more scriptures you learn, the more you have to apply them to you. 10 times over, you have to apply them to you, and and let yourself know. Hey, I know all these scriptures, but look, man, I gotta be humble, man. I gotta be humble. I gotta be willing to listen. Because the more scriptures and the more knowledge you gain, the more you don't want to listen to others, man. And you notice that with Jake, man. Jake get a little knowledge, and Jake just get out of control. Like, oh, nigga, you can't tell me nothing. It ain't about that, man. Just listen. Just listen, man. The scripture says be always ready to hear. Going back to James 1:19. Be always ready to hear it, man. Brothers make their comments, but be always ready to hear. This truth is beautiful, man. These scriptures are beautiful. That's why, going back into the book of 2 Timothy's chapter 2, verse 15, it tells you to study to show thyself approved. Because me personally, and I know brothers as well, but me personally, I ain't seen camps, in GMS and outside of GMS, dudes that know scriptures like crazy, man. Scriptures like crazy, back to back. Everything anybody gotta act. There's a scripture for it. How people act out there. There's a scripture for it. And back to back, I see brothers and they pull out scriptures for everything, man. And those be the same guys that fall out of the truth and then come up with their own doctrine. Those be the same guys that fall out of the truth and come up with their own doctrine. Because why? That knowledge puffed them up. You in the scriptures, all these words in the Hebrew, the Latin, and the Greek. You know what I'm saying? All this history, all this breakdowns, and you get puffed up. Then you start thinking that you're better than the elders or the apostles, and before you know it, your ass is back in the world, man. That's why I say, if you're going to learn all those scriptures, apply the basic scriptures. Apply the scriptures to your life, and always keep the basic scriptures in your mind. About being puffed up, or about being as a child and being humble. Keep scriptures like that on hand. If you have to, write those scriptures down on a sticky note. Hey, no joke though. This is for real. Write those type of scriptures down on a sticky note and stick it on your door, man, or stick it on your computer. Have that scripture, on the home screen of your phone. A scripture that's consistently telling you to be humble. Because check this out. Let's for an example. Let's say you did something wrong in the truth, right? Let's say you did something that was off, and brothers call you to speak about it, and you don't know how you're gonna react. That's all through the spirit of the Most High. The Most High guideth the man. So whatever spirit he got on you, that's how you're gonna be. He can have a humble spirit on you, or he can have that buck up spirit on you, man. So what you do, and again, it's all up to your how about Shimon Shai. So a trick is, or a thing you could do is like put a what you call it? Put a screen. Put a scripture about being humble on the screen of your phone. So if you talking to a brothers and you getting kind of, it's getting kind of heated or whatever, or it's about to get heated, or you about to say something stupid, pull the phone away from your ear your eyes gonna catch that scripture about being humble, and you gonna shut up, man. It's little things like that you can apply into your life that'll teach you how to be wise in this truth, man. Hey, that's a good idea, man. I just came up with that idea. I think I might just do that myself. That was a good idea, man. The Spirit put that idea on my mind, man.
West Camelback Road.
You know, but those are ways. Those are ways you can apply scripture to your life, man. You know, to keep you humble, to keep you studying. You know, if you one of them brothers that make one video for a whole week, you know, which is an issue, then have scriptures that apply. You studying, man. Have scriptures like 2 Timothy's, 2:15 ready, or scriptures like Isaiah 34:16, or Proverbs 15:36. Have those scriptures. Have those scriptures on a sticky note, and then just stick them around the house or something, man. Stick them in your bathroom, your glass, your mirror, stick them on your car or whatever, and your eye is going to catch notice of that particular scripture, and you're going to be like, hey, I got to get on it. I got to do it. This is what I need to do. And before you know it, Lord willing, the Spirit is on you, and, you doing the video right then and there. There's things you can do to apply yourself more into this truth, or in doing more in this truth, because Satan or the flesh is going to get on you, and it's not going to want you to, and the flesh or Satan, spiritual Satan, isn't going to want you to make a video, man. So he's going to put things in your way to prevent you from making a video. So again, you can apply things like that, or you can set a timer on your phone to remind you to do a video like every couple hours or so, man. That's however the Spirit leads you, But yeah, I don't want to be talkative, man. Salakia Akim, but yeah, just to put that out there, But again, apply the scriptures to your life. Study more, do more. Just apply the scriptures to your life. But yeah, man, I'm gonna say Barak Day Hawah, Barak Day Hawah Shah, Barak Day Hawah, Barak Day Hawah Shah, Bahashim, Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there doing this work with true sincerity. I like to say Mawafla Bible, which is death to Babylon. And Lord willing, this is edifying for you brothers out there that's doing this work with true sincerity. But I like to say Shalom.